This is a Qigong practice for the metal phase associated with the season of autumn. We'll start in Wuji, steadying, centering, breathing, hands on the abdomen or lower dantian. Then we'll start with a practice called clearing, filling, and sealing. As your hands move to the sides, begin to gather what you'd like to release or anything that doesn't serve you. Once overhead, start to clear what you feel like is ready to be released. Middle fingers pointing towards each other, palms toward the earth. Clearing is an aspect of balanced metal that's very powerful. Then repeat the movement with a different intention. Gather inspiration, healthy defenses, courage, and dignity. Fill with these qualities, which are also metal in balance and can be very nourishing and supportive to us. Finally, gather what you've just filled: inspiration, courage, dignity and strength, the ability to graciously let go. And seal these qualities in. These help us in many ways, but especially with the emotion of metal, which is grief. Seal these in as gifts and resources, and then place your hands back to the lower dantian. Next, we'll do a simple warm-up called opening and closing the gates. Arms at 90 degrees, elbows bend, palms open. Breathe in, open the gates. Breathe out, extend forward, close the gates. Inhale, stand and open the gates. Make sure not to bend your lower back, but focus on the chest and elbows. Exhale, bend your knees, extend forward. Keep your arms by your ears. Continue inhaling, elbows bend. Make sure not to do this in the lower back, but keep it in the upper back and chest. Exhale, you can round your back a bit here. Make sure to rotate the palms outward. As you continue, just notice how this supports openness in your chest, a little bit more space in the upper back. And this can be really beneficial in helping improve and support the function of our lungs. And the lungs are also the first in line in defense, and they protect us from airborne pathogens and toxins. Last round, give particular focus to extending your breath with a movement. Let it feel nourishing and smooth. As you release, stand, arms descending as your crown extends up. Pause and enjoy the feeling of completion. Next, stand in archer stance, feet wider, one foot in front of the other. Exhale, fold, cross the arms. Inhale and stand, open overhead, back knee bends. Exhale, fold, arms slowly cross. Inhale, stand, arms opening up and out. Continue. This practice, called Luo Hai Guan Tian, or touch the sea, look at the sky, is from the 18 forms of Tai Chi and Qigong. And as you continue, be careful not to extend too low and strain your back. And also keep your back knee healthy as you look up and don't overbend it. Keep your arms fluidly moving so they never fully stop or start. Keep your lower back strong and use your legs to look at the sky. Then step in, change the legs, and begin the same movements on the second side. The movement connects us to metal's characteristics of inspiration and letting go. On your inhale, rise up, looking to the wide open sky. On your exhale, flow downward, touching the cool, soft waters of the sea. This is a wonderful form that mobilizes our shoulders, spine, and chest, while also strengthening the back, legs, and feet. And the circling of the arms also helps gently stimulate the flow of energy through the meridians of your lungs and large intestine, the two organ systems related to metal. One more round, touch the sea, looking at the sky, and then step the front foot back in, release, and regulate the chi. Feet back to Wu Chi, arms gathering the balance of inspiration and letting go, and filling with this natural cycle of energy and harmony into the form of your body. And then rest your hands back onto the lower dantian. Breathe. Next, we'll do 2 tiger forms. The first is tiger climbing the mountain. Hands form tiger claws with the tips of your fingers curling in. As one arm reaches forward, the other arm draws back. Inhale as a circle and exchange, exhale. You can also add the legs by stepping the opposite foot forward as your front arm. Change on the inhalation and step with your exhalation. I'm showing this stationary because I don't have much room, but if at home you have some room, you can also make this a walking practice, and that will let you really feel the power, courage, and strength of a tiger climbing a mountain. Inhale, switch, and exhale as you climb up a bit higher. Keep the knees bent as much as feels safe while also strengthening them. Also, keep your breathing steady, your face calm, mind focused, and claws sharp. Be cat-like and feline in your movements, and most importantly, have fun. As you finish, release both arms down, front foot steps in, relax and enjoy the view from the top of your mountain. Second form is tiger breathing chi. You make tiger paws and circle your paws into fists. Inhale the fists overhead, looking up. Exhale, open up into paws. Inhale, circle your paws into fists, draw them towards your chest. Open the fists and exhale, release down. This repeats. Inhale, pause into fists, looking up. Exhale, open to the sky, and who knows, at this point, maybe some Taoist priests might walk past you in the background. Inhale, gather sky chi back into fists and draw them down. Level of your chest, open your fists, and exhale the palms down, letting go. Continue. And this form can help us tap into the dignity of metal. As a tiger breathing chi, we ascend and descend, opening and closing, receiving and releasing the unpredictable ups and downs of life with the steady grace of the jungle king. Attributes like power and confidence may come naturally for cool cats like tigers, but we funny humans can often be overcome by our doubts and weaknesses and misgivings. This is why we do forms like this. We have much to learn from our feline teachers. Tigers and metal element, they help us reconnect to an innate courage, virtuous strength, and self-respect. And as you finish, gather your tiger-like dignity and courage. Fill these into the form of your body. And we need these strengths to learn how to face what we fear and also stay open to love. And place your hands on your lower dantian. Breathe. This next practice is a series of 4 forms that I find can help us do this delicate work of supporting the emotion of metal, grief. Hands lift to the chest for holding the moon. Palms slightly turn forward like they're shaped around a sphere. Fingers spacious, and skin soft. Breathe. And feel the whole body in the quiet shape inspired by your hands. Then inhale and open your arms, palms out into push mountain. Exhale, the arms in, forearms cross at the chest without touching for lungs breathing chi. Let each hand expand as you inhale, lungs filling, and contract as you exhale, lungs emptying. I'll also show you from the side. It's believed our lungs carry our grief in Chinese medicine and Qigong. Grief can be gradual or sudden, constricting or shocking the heart. The lungs shield the heart during these periods of distress so that the heart can eventually rebalance and heal. Now inhale, expand the arms apart into push mountain again. And then exhale, rest your arms against your lower back. The hands can hold your wrists or forearms. And breathe into where your forearms are resting. I'll turn just to show you where my arms are placed. Your lower lungs and transverse colon live here. The large intestine or colon helps us release and let go what is no longer needed. Letting go is natural, but in our consumptive and accumulation-focused society, this can take some effort to feel. Then release and slide your hands around the outer hips to your pubic bone. Backs of your hands facing each other, fingertips relaxed downward, symbolizing a release and return of energy to earth. Rest your attention on the shape and position of your hands. Listen inwardly, attending to the feeling of release. Then when you're finished, let the arms go and gather this capacity to listen and care for your grief. This takes slowing down, courage, and strength. And fill with these qualities: slowing down, courage, listening, strength. Fill these into the form of the body. Now bring your hands up to your collarbones and begin gently stroking them down the front channel known as Ren Mai, or the yin conception vessel. This can be very soothing for your nervous system as it's part of the vagus nerve pathway. And the touch can also be very reassuring and calming, which can help us be more receptive to metal's treasures and open us to the preciousness of life. And to conclude, we'll do the closing form for peaceful chi. Gather with your hands any benefits accrued from this practice today. And fill these into the form of your body as peaceful energy and vitality. And may this peaceful chi nourish your own welfare and happiness, and then also nourish the welfare and happiness of all life. And gently rest the hands back to the lower dantian. We'll conclude with a series of bows. Make a fist with one hand and place the other over that fist, bowing first to each other. Secondly, we bow to our teachers, past, present, and future. And finally, we bow to ourselves. And in bowing to ourselves, we also bow to all those who've given us life, parents, grandparents, ancestors, all those who've come before us, perhaps as far back as to the source that is one. And this concludes our practice of Qigong for the metal element. All of these practices can be found in my book, Qigong and the Tai Chi Axis, Nourishing Practices for Body, Mind, and Spirit.